What makes type 1 diabetes so challenging, in my opinion, is that it's a self-care disease. It's unlike any other chronic illness or autoimmune condition because it's so intensive. And everything that is required to ensure the overall health of a person living with type 1 diabetes, it's self-administered. Diabetes is non-stop, and it must be considered in nearly every decision a person makes throughout their day. So it's no wonder that about 1 and only 1 in 5 people with type 1 diabetes in the United States are achieving the glycemic or the optimal glycemic control that's recommended by healthcare professionals. And what's even more interesting is that this number has relatively stayed the same despite lots of technological advances with insulin pumps and continuous glucose monitors, that 1 in 5, relatively speaking, has stayed the same in the last 20 plus years, which leads me to believe that optimal diabetes control, improving the way that we, the person living with diabetes, is taking care of ourselves, the answer is not in that manual of it's all about the number. It goes so much deeper than that. It's about the person and how they're feeling and their self-worth and their ability to effectively and consciously implement appropriate decisions. According to Columbia University, people with type 1 diabetes are at a much higher risk of developing anxiety, depressive disorders, eating disorders, and that these disorders dramatically impact one's ability to fulfill self-care management that's essential when it comes to type 1 diabetes. And this management, largely speaking, is one's ability to maintain glycemic control, or the regulation of one's blood sugars. But as I mentioned before, A1C is not the be-all, end-all metric for perfect type 1 diabetes health. You could have a great A1C, but be limiting yourself in so many ways, not feeling like you have the freedom to eat as you please or to do things in your life that you would like to do because you're trying to constantly stay in between the lines. That is not quality of life. And because of this, there is a need for comprehensive and holistic management of type 1 diabetes. Something that considers the bio-psycho, social, and spiritual qualities of a person. I want to remind you that you are not alone on this journey. There is a whole community of people with type 1 diabetes out there who want to look beyond the standard of medical care. We do not deny that we need the standard of medical care to stay healthy. We need insulin. There is not anyone in this community that's going to deny that. But it's to say that taking insulin, counting carbs, and diabetes management, it's not enough to just do those things. We need to look much deeper at the person, and by looking at the person more holistically, this is going to improve blood sugar control and quality of life. So let me know, is this a new concept to you? Living more holistically with type 1 diabetes, managing blood sugars more holistically with type 1 diabetes. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts.